Every year, millions of computers are purchased and placed into service by American businesses. But things change fast in a technology-driven workplace, and those new PCs can become outdated in as little as 2 years. And so, every year, tens of millions of perfectly good PCs end up either here or here. Meanwhile, all across the United States, the education community is starving for technology.
Most of the time we don't have enough computers, so we're doubling up students, sometimes tripling them up.
And some schools are stuck with computers so old that they're practically useless.
Usually it's something like an Apple IIe that's a dinosaur.
There's a big problem here. But there is a solution. Micrecycle. Micrecycle is a volunteer-driven computer recycling collaborative based in Rochester, New York. We're sponsored by Nortel, Northern Telecom, working in partnership with United Way Gifts in Kind and Science Linkages in the community. For Micrecycle to get computers into schools and agencies that need them the most, there are 3 basic steps. This is the Manhattan branch office of Westpac Banking, one of Australia's largest financial institutions.
When you work in the finance industry, you take for granted access to information, immediate information. And there's just an expectation when you come to work that you have the latest technology available.
The systems that we have in place a year ago are on the brink of being out of date now.
Westpac was in the process of replacing about 150 PCs, and they wanted to do something useful with them.
It would have been a significant cost for us to clean up the old systems and get them to the stage where we could actually present them to a charity or a non-profit organisation.
Their search led them to Micrecycle's homepage.
I was surfing the web actually. I was looking for an organisation that we could donate equipment to that was professional in their approach and could give us all the answers that we wanted. When Micrecycle described the program, we weren't aware that we could donate equipment and achieve some significant tax advantages over that. My phone's ringing.
The tax write-off and for many of the organizations, it's very important to them because they're able to give the product to the Micrecycle program. We're then able to do the paperwork necessary for them to receive the tax benefit based on the value that they put on the items. So that makes the corporate world very happy.
Micrecycle have been nothing but helpful. They took everything away. They're reconditioning them as we speak. They've kept us updated on what was going on.
And there'll be equipment available later on this year. The equipment that you see operating behind me that we'll be donating back to Micrecycle.
Westpac's donated computers were shipped up to the Nortel building in Rochester for Step 2.
Clear!
Usually I end up testing some monitors and keyboards and cleaning, a lot of cleaning.
Sparkling?
Everything comes in pretty dirty with stickers and stuff like that.
Yes, I've done a little bit of cleaning. I like to actually open up the boxes and see if I can get them to work.
This gives you an opportunity to see where the memory is located. Just a challenge of finding something that doesn't work and seeing if you can make it work. And you know that somebody will be able to get some good use out of it.
These people are all volunteers. Some are Nortel employees, some are retirees, and some come from the Rochester Computer Club.
This one looks like it works pretty well, though it boots very slowly.
The PCs are carefully inspected, cleaned, and repaired.
Clearly one of our concerns was that these computers have Westpac information on them. Micrecycle assured us that that would all be removed, and we know that that's the case.
I'll end up just formatting the hard drive and putting the software on that we provide. I'm feeling very self-conscious.
After the computers are refurbished and tested, they are ready for the final step in the Micrecycle process.
So it did do it. Yeah. Right now, today, if this donation hadn't happened, we probably would have been working with 3 Macintosh computers. with a group of 20, 22 students. It would have been difficult. We've done it before. It would have been difficult. They made it very easy to apply for and obtain the computers. The only arrangement that I actually ever made for getting the computers was to borrow a truck from the maintenance department, to fill it with all the goodies, and bring it back over here.
It should go up once, right?
They're not the current technology, but these children really don't need the current technology. What they need is how to access information on a computer and to practice on the keyboard and, you know, how it all kind of works.
The kids didn't have a computer at home. They didn't even know how to turn on a computer. They didn't know what a mouse was. They have heard of internet, but they didn't know what it was. I'd like to see computers like this in every classroom. I feel it's mandatory for the educational system.
The business community seems to have responded well to knowing that there's kind of a clearinghouse, which means that there aren't the innumerable calls to their human resources or their IT departments to see if their computer's available. They don't have to do any selecting or prioritizing. We handle all that.
I don't think people realise that when you get out into the broader community that there is such a lack of up-to-date technology, and that people are grateful to have computers that we think should go onto the scrap heap. You know, they're very happy to be able to have some tool to help educate people.
The computers donated by Westpac Banking ended up going full circle right back to Manhattan. They were distributed to several branch locations of the YMCA of Greater New York.
There were several large companies in the New York area that wanted to supply us with computers, but I just don't have the wherewithal here at the YMCA or the resources to outfit, clean up, and upgrade and repair the computers to a level where the kids needed them to be to use them. The big advantage with Micrecycle is that they're delivered ready to go.
So now there really is a way for these old PCs to get a second life in the classroom. Kids in schools and organizations like the YMCA need good, usable computers, the kind that are sitting right now in your storerooms and closets or waiting to go to the landfill.
Hey, you're upgrading your computers, pass them on. You know, we do it with clothing for our children. How about all these computers that are out there? If they know how to type, if they know how to use the number pad, if they have some basic understanding in programming, you think that might impact the working world out there? You think we're developing some workers for the 21st century here? I do.
The kids got a chance to learn and do a lot more than they would have ever done if we had 3 or 4 computers.
Now type rules. To be able to help in the community, it resolved an issue that we had about what would we do with these computers, and so, you know, it's been a win-win as far as we're concerned.
I have people come to this room and they go, wow, you know, where'd you get all those computers? And of course I tell them where I got them.
Micrecycle. They really came through for the school.
Maybe you've got a bunch of unused PCs in your workplace right now. If that's the case, give us a call or visit us on the World Wide Web. You'll be doing your business, the environment, and kids a big favor.